Guyana government and opposition stakeholders meet to settle on a new elections boss. And in sport, wins for the Leeward Islands, Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago in the opening round of the Under-17 Championship. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, July 8th, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Welcome to this year's 50th Caribbean Broadcast Union Assembly on the island of San Andres. San Andres is a small archipelago located in between Jamaica and Panama in the western Caribbean Sea. A lush, exotic island rich in culture, history, gastronomy, and breathtaking scenic views. Known for its beaches and 7-colored crystalline waters, the island of San Andres will be proudly hosting this year's event. CBU members will enjoy top-of-the-line accommodations for an unforgettable experience in San Andres, connecting Caribbean nations through this year's 50th edition of the CBU Assembly.
We begin in Guyana, where government and opposition stakeholders will meet later today to hammer out an agreement for the appointment of a new chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM, after the Caribbean Court of Justice declared that the appointment of retired Justice James Patterson was flawed. The meeting is scheduled for 5 p.m. local time. Now, media reports say the meeting is expected to examine opposition leader Barra Jagdeo's nominees, as well as discuss President David Granger's suggestion that he provide names to be added to the list for consideration. Jagdeo's 11 nominees include retired Major General Joe Singh, retired Major General Normal McLean, retired judges B.S. Roy and William Ramlal, as well as private sector commission officials Jerry Gouveia and Ramesh Duku. All the names the opposition leader has put forward were previously rejected by Granger before he appointed Patterson back in October 2017. Patterson resigned from the post 2 weeks ago, a week after the CCJ ruling. Both Granger and Jagdeo have indicated that they want the process of finding his replacement to be completed within days. Staying in Guyana, the government wants the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, to leave it to President David Granger to set a date for elections after consultation with the Guyana Elections Commission. In addition, Georgetown is also urging the CCJ, which is the country's highest and final court, to allow the government, inclusive of the president and cabinet, to remain in office until a new administration is sworn in. The state-owned Guyana Chronicle newspaper reported that Attorney General Basil Williams has outlined the position in his submission for the consequential orders following the CCJ ruling last month that the opposition-inspired motion of no confidence passed in the National Assembly last December was valid. The CCJ is expected to outline the consequential orders on July 12 after the parties in the dispute failed to reach an agreement on how to proceed regarding the general elections and the appointment of the GECOM chairman. President Granger and opposition leader Barra Jagdeo met last week to discuss issues relating to the appointment of a new GECOM chairman. The Guyana Chronicle reported that Williams, in his submissions to the CCJ, argued that the court has no jurisdiction to set the date for general and regional elections in Guyana or to dissolve parliament. It said that such powers are vested only in the president of Guyana. The state-owned newspaper said that Williams filed his submission with the CCJ on July 1 and that he is arguing that the appropriate consequential orders should be quite limited. Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness yesterday announced that a state of emergency has been declared in the Corporate Area Police Division of St. Andrew South. Now, Holness speaking at a press conference in Jamaica at Jamaica House disclosed that from January 1 to June 29 this year, there had been 94 murders in the division as against 79 killings over the last corresponding period last year. We get more in this TVG News report.
Residents living in communities served by the men and women at the Hunts Bay Police and its satellite stations woke up on Sunday morning under a state of emergency.
I decided to advise the Governor General to make such a declaration on the recommendation of the Chief of Defense Staff and the Commissioner of Police.
The state of emergency is set to last for at least 14 days. Mr. Holness said it was declared in that police division to go after dons, jugs, and gangs. He spent a lot of time going through the impact gangs are having on Jamaica's crime rate, pointing to data which show gangs account for 70% of murders in the country. Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson, said that there are over 25 gangs involved in conflicts in the St. Andrews South Police Division, and in the last 2 months, they have pushed violent crimes such as murders and shootings to a scale which is now threatening public safety.
Murders in this division have increased by 19%, while shooting incidents by 40% over 2018. The gang warfare has restricted the free movement of citizens and has caused the disruption of livelihoods in sections of the division. The fear that is associated with this level of violence has undermined the daily lives of these communities and the residents.
But St. Andrews South aside, the Prime Minister said he's charting a course to reduce violent crimes to more tolerable levels, and in a bid to fend off critics who are against the use of states of emergency to fight crime, Mr. Holness was adamant Jamaica is now facing an emergency situation which needs emergency measures.
And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Led by Jaden Carmichael's spectacular 6-wicket haul and Anderson Armudan's half-century, the Leeward Islands produced a dominant display to post a comfortable 8-wicket win over Jamaica in the opening round of the West Indies Rising Stars Under-17 Championship Saturday. Carmichael took 6 for 17 from 10 overs to help bowl Jamaica out for 146 in 42.3 overs. Armudan then starred with the bat scoring 55 as the Leewards easily achieved victory, romping to 150 for 2 in 38.1 overs. It was Akidantio Willett who started the rout for the Leewards, claiming 3 wickets in quick succession. He accounted for the wickets of O'Neill Roberts for 4, O'Shawn Ennis for a duck, and Nicholas Lewin for 12 to leave Jamaica on 32 for 3. There were also wins for Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados over Guyana and the Windward Islands respectively. TNT produced a well-rounded bowling effort to dismiss Guyana for just 91 in a match which was delayed due to rain. Sion Hackett and Darren Samuel took 3 wickets each, while Chadion Raymond and Isaiah Gomez supported with 2 wickets apiece. That's Caribbean. Until join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.